Peace, wholeness, and divine blessings, everyone. I am Moon Goddess Ambrosia, the Fifth Force Oracle, and I am excited once again to share the Cosmic Oracle reading of Evolution for us on this plasma. Definitely giving a shout out to all of M.I.M.E.C, High Priestess, Brother Aqil, all of you, as well as Synchronistic Hueman and Moon Goddess and the Healing Arts. I'm thankful for all of you that support and are a part of this process as we are really focusing on this mission of evolving as a collective, really moving into a new reality for ourselves. And so it's always an honor to share how the oracle reading can help us to cultivate this within ourselves and amongst each other. And so let's go ahead and jump right on into it by, just taking a moment to reflect on what I call the synchronaut mindset, where we recognize that we are a divine a living expression of divine energy, or I like to say synergy in motion. So like that our divine energy is like really pulsing through us in our body, and we're meant to utilize that as our creative power. Okay, so by us really, recognizing and connecting with our own personal destiny, um, signature or kin signature, along with the cycles that we are evolving through, we are able to come into our remembrance of what our divine purpose is and how to shape our actions in a way that we're able to consciously create and fulfill our soul's mission. And so as we move forward, throughout this oracle reading, what I would love for us to focus on is, utilizing this mindset so that instead of us moving through life confused or reactive or feeling like we have to guess how to, what to do next, let's focus on allowing our inner light to shine. When I say that inner light, that I'm talking about our higher awareness, or moving with that, moving with the enlightenment. When that light within us click on, that helps us to be able to see the next steps to take. It's going to help to guide our decisions, know what direction to go in, so that journey becomes a lot clearer, and we're able to know what to do and where we're going with this. Okay, so I want to focus on, getting in that mindset of fulfilling our mission by recognizing that we are a living expression of the divine. You know what I'm saying? So, we are gods on earth. Okay, so with that, please join me in stating your affirmation, your personal galactic signature affirmation, as I say mine. And what we're going to say is, as a living expression of, and then you're going to say your kin number, your kin name, and then go into your affirmation. Okay, so as you say your affirmation, take your time to say it slowly. Feel the essence of each word really vibrating within you, and, connect with it. All right, so let's go ahead and say our affirmation. So, as a living expression of Kin 181, the red crystal dragon, I dedicate in order to nurture, universalizing being. I seal the input of birth with the crystal tone of cooperation. I am guided by the power of space. All right, let's take a deep inhale. Place your right hand over your heart, your left hand over your solar plexus, or you could place both hands on your heart or both hands on your solar plexus. I am encouraging you to put your right hand over your heart and your left hand over your solar plexus, okay? So let's sit in that and just breathe for a few seconds. Reflect on our affirmation. What line stood out for us today in our affirmation? And taking that energy with us as we move forward through this cosmic oracle reading. So with that, say Ashe, Ashe, and Ashe-yo. All right. So what we will be using using as our tool is the Destiny Kin Oracle Board, which provides us with a fifth dimensional template or a 5D template that shows us the different aspects of being a multidimensional being. When we recognize these different aspects, we are allowing ourselves to be in a better position to sustain our synergy. You know, we want all of our different aspects to cooperate with one another, to operate with one another. So the Destiny Kin Oracle Board serves as a meditative tool as well as a cosmic compass. So that we can align ourselves with the natural cycles as we navigate our soul's evolution and our mission. Okay. And so that's basically what the Destiny Kin Oracle is about. And so let's look at where we can find the kin of the plasma or the archetype for this plasma on this board. All right, so the Oracle board in itself here on the left side, it shows us the basic template for each of the archetypes. So you just need to know, the solar seal or the archetype and be able to identify where that is located on the board, and then you'll be able to see the basic 4 archetypes that are a part of the Destiny Oracle. So I pointed out where we are, where we could find the blue storm at. So this is, again, Kin 59, the blue resonant storm. And so the archetypes that are a part of the Destiny Oracle include the blue storm in the center, the white wind below, which is the emotional body, the red moon on the left, which is the mental body, and then on the right, the yellow sun, which is the physical body. So those are the 4 basic archetypes that you will see in all of the Blue Storm Destiny Oracles. If you look over on the left, that box at the top, the blank box, that is blank because the archetype that sits there is dependent on the galactic tone of that particular archetype. So for us being on the resonant tone on this plasma, we have the blue monkey that is sitting in the spirit guide position, and that's that box above where the blue storm is. That's the spirit guide. That is like the compass. That's the GPS that's showing us which direction to go with all of the energy of the Destiny Oracle. And so I felt like it was something else I was going to say about it, but I'm going to go ahead and keep moving forward here. And so let's go ahead and move forward and look at the breakdown for Kin 59, because every part of this holds significance. So let's back it up a little bit to the Red Skywalker wave spell. I look at these wave spells as missions or the missions of each archetype. So, for example, with the Red Skywalker, its mission is to use its power of space to explore with wakefulness, which allows for us to thrive, or to thrive based using our instincts of our, that's going to help to what was I going to say? Excuse me, I'm having a moment. So it's meant to be fully present in all spaces that we're exploring, so that, when we're tapping into the, like, our life force energy, like the energy that animates us to be able to move through these spaces, the point is to get to the point of being able to thrive in our life by trusting our instincts. So that is what this wave spell mission is focused on, and all of the 13 archetypes, a part of it helps to carry out that mission. So with us being on the blue resonant storm, the blue represents the color pattern of having the patience to transform our conduct, just like with the heptads. So what we're focusing on today is having patience, transforming, and, well, I'll say transforming the way that we conduct ourselves and are showing up based on the insights that we are receiving and have received. And so if we jump down to the archetype in itself, the storm, or the world changer, this is the power of self-generation that catalyzes energy. So when you tap into, or as we have this patience to transform the way that we're conducting ourselves, this is us tapping into our own energy, generating our own energy based on, again, our kinergy. This is us building and creating more and more of that energy within ourselves. It reminds me of those self-charge, not self-charging, but like how we can recharge batteries. I don't know if they still make them like that, but those batteries that we could recharge up, this is us. This archetype is about us recharging our own battery, okay? And so when that's the creative essence of the blue storm. Now, when we vibrate and move in the nature of it, us having this resonant tone is to now channel that energy to be in attunement. Attunement reminds me of like being in alignment, being connected to it, right? And so this will inspire us and inspire others when we're tapping into this energy. So when we look at the remix version of the affirmation, which includes the wave spell mission, um, as we reflect on it, or listen to us put the whole picture together, recognize what stands out for you and meditate on that throughout the plasma, so you can get the insights that you are meant to receive, okay? So the affirmation states, I channel my space in order to catalyze my life force by inspiring my energy, or I like to say my divine energy. I seal my self-regulated matrix of self-generation with the resonant tone of attunement. I am guided by the power of magic. Ashe, Ashe, and Ashe-yo. And so the first line, I channel the space to catalyze life force. What this means, the insight that I got of what this means is that we're meant to get into our zone, like get really focused, create our space, like create the space for ourselves and get into our zone. When it comes to creating this space, the point is to be very intentional about it. Focus on doing this so that you can tune into your own energy so when you're in this space, you're able to become fully present within your own creative energy and allow your inspiration to naturally awaken, rise, and move through you, which is going to charge up your life force energy in itself. This is where, your yin and your yang are coming into alignment. They're connecting with each other, so that this energy rises within, uh, rises up your spine and throughout your body. It's like fueling you up to be more of who you are. Okay. And so also what I received from this, be like really fill yourself up with fill your body up with your own energy, so that you can use this energy to move through life. That energy inside of you is what actually animates you and animate us as a human being. So we got to charge that up in our first space. And I say our first space is our birth space, which is our physical body. So when we charge up that energy in that space first in our body, then we're able to expand it outwardly towards our external environments. And that's what's going to support us and also amplify our life force energy to navigate those spaces. And so then when I look at the when it says the self-regulated matrix of self-generation with the resonant tone of attunement, what comes to mind is that this means that in order to regulate the matrix or the realm of our own experiences, it has the same effect as us cultivating those experiences, that's going to help that we naturally thrive in. So let me say that a different way here. So in order to shift the energy or the realm of our experiences around us, we also have to do that within ourselves first. We have to regulate that self-generation or regulate our creative essence within us first. And by us doing that, it's going to cultivate the same effects of those experiences that we can actually thrive in, as well as that we are intentionally seeking to experience. And so when we truly resonate with our own energy and fully be in alignment, attuned to it, one with it, that's when, the reality is going to begin to shift and everything around us is going to change. Okay. Everything around us is going to be in alignment with us. It's going to come back to us. It's going to be reflected back to us. And we're also going to magnetize more of it, so I look at the resonant tone like a remote control. It's like, okay, if you want to watch this TV show, you're going to pick up this remote and you're going to push whatever buttons you need to push so that you can tune into it, right? So it's the same thing when it comes to us moving and shifting ourselves into different experiences. This resonant tone opens that channel for us to be in alignment, for us to connect with this flow or connect to the direction that we see ourselves heading. And so when we start from the inside out, this is how we can move through it and have the clarity and be very intentional about it. And so just two things that you can reflect on to tap into this energy is to ask yourself, are you fully present and aware of the energy that's flowing through your body? Are you really paying attention to what your instincts are showing you? How paying attention to how you naturally show up, the energy you naturally bring, and how can you expand on this divine energy within you into all of the spaces that you go into? So again, you want to start with your physical body. Then when you open your eyes, it's your immediate environment, and then everywhere else that you go. How can you how can you expand that within yourself first, so it can radiate outside of you and everywhere you go? Okay. And so the focus affirmation for this plasma is, I am channeling my wakefulness to inspire and catalyze the energy of my life force. So the channeling of our wakefulness, that's being fully present and aware of the energy within us. Wakefulness is like being in that observation mode of what our body is showing us, like the way that our instincts are, like what our instincts are showing us, how we are perceiving things, and how we are feeling in our body. Okay, so that is what we want to connect to, create that space for, so that we can, fuel ourselves up, fuel up our life force energy. Okay. All right. So let's get into the oracle reading in itself. And we keep this as concise as possible. And so what we're going to do is, what did I apologize, you all. I did not change the colors of each box here on that are numbered. So I do have the correct kin information for each of those boxes. So just disregard the colors. And yeah, let's keep on going here. All right, so the central frequency that we're focusing on is that resonant tone. So I'm now shifting into like reflecting on each question that relates to the tone that we're on. So for the resonant tone, the question asks, how can I attune myself to others? So first you got to attune yourself, and then you can attune yourself to others. So as we're looking at Destiny Oracle, let's see how how we could use this as that guidance. So in the center, we already know that we want to focus on inspiring the energy within ourselves. Then when we look towards the mental body, not the mental body, when we look at the spirit guide, which sits in that above position, that is the spirit guide that's helping us to focus on the direction that we want to move in. So the blue resonant monkey is saying that, okay, so we want to move in the direction of what illusions we want to inspire. So it's, what do you want to be shown? What type of experiences that, what do you want to show up? And, how can you morph these elements into what you truly, want to, show, what you want to create. I look at the blue monkey kind of like Play-Doh is one of my favorite analogies. It's like us having Play-Doh in our hands, and we're like, okay, what do we want to create from this? That blue monkey is like, okay, play with your imagination, play with your magic, and mold it, and let's transform it into what we want it to be. So it's like we're being directed or guided to mold our energy to show up a certain way. So just reflect on, when you connect it, when you're fully present in your own energy, lead it towards forming it into a certain shape. Like imagine like you're playing with Play-Doh with it. Okay. All right. So that's the direction that we want to go with it. Secondly, let's look at the mental body, where we have the red resonant moon. This energy here, or the mental body, is about overcoming the challenge by recognizing what the gifts are in it. Every challenge comes with the gift. Okay. It's a purpose, that it's a reason behind it. So the red resonant moon sitting here is saying, all right, so let's overcome this challenge of um, being having a pure flow with things. So as we're molding our energy, creating it with our Play-Doh, the challenge is, okay, let me find my flow with this. Let me stop rushing. Let me stop all these things that's blocking me from, really keeping my focus. So when we remove that, when we purify that from our energy, from our mind, our body, we now start to move into a inspired flow. So you start to be able to think more clearly to see how you want to shape it. So that is what the mental body is encouraging us to do, so that we can have that mental fortitude or build up that mental strength to stay focused on the goal, to stay focused on the gift that's showing up from us morphing it into what it is. Us coming into our creative flow. We gotta get in our creative mindset. Okay. And so next, let's talk about the emotional body, which is the white resonant wind. And this is the emotional body, or the gas that is fueling us to keep that focus, to know what to focus on. So we're being encouraged to, or we can tap into this white resonant wind energies by communicating with our spirit, like really being real with ourselves in our heart space, allowing ourselves to breathe, to receive those insights and put it into words. It doesn't mean that you always have to have somebody else to that speak to directly. You can just speak it out loud to yourself. So, or you can even write it, but I want to encourage you to verbally speak out what you want to morph your energy into, or to speak out what you're experiencing within your own, like as you're generating your own energy, or you're going through that process that I was talking about in the after I read the affirmation. Really sit and breathe in that energy and allow allow what comes through to you in your spirit to show you which way to take things. Okay. And so next, let's look at the physical body, where we have, which is on the right side. And this is my child's signature right here, the Kin 20, the yellow resonant sun, which is sitting in the physical body, that's supporting us in holding the focus. It's supporting our energy within ourselves, and also reflecting what's going on in the physical environment. It helps to support it on both aspects. That's what the physical body does. And so I just had a dope insight. The physical aspects supports the internal and the external. So the internal is our energy within us. The external would be all the energy flowing outside of us, or that we see when we open up our eyes, the energy that's outside of our bodies. That was dope. So yeah, it shows up in the matrix realm of things, in the material realm of things. And so the yellow resonant sun is supporting us by encouraging us to stay in that enlightenment space, to enlighten that universal fire within us. That means to be joyful, be passionate, to see clearly, and be in that awareness, have really see ourselves as enlightened beings, and know that we have the power to inspire our own life to be what we seek for it to be. So it's basically like this kin that we're focusing on today. It's taking this intangible energy that's within us, and creating a life, or inspiring ourselves to have a different life experience in this physical state. So we're inspiring our life that's going to support us internally and externally as we navigate these different spaces and endure being in the power of our life force energy. Ooh, wow, I just had a dope download. The life force energy reminds me of the blue storm, and it reminds me of the relationship of the blue storm and the yellow sun. Because remember, I was saying the internal soul aspect is our divine energy within us. Then the yellow sun energy is the us embodying that which is animating us to move through life. Okay, so that was dope. So with that, that basically concludes the oracle reading. I do want to say that as we put all these aspects together, allow it to be one, what's going to happen is that we're realizing how to nurture ourselves to be, or we're realizing or making real what it means to be, what it means to nurture our existence of our state of being. And through that, we are uh, creating that pulse within us. Like we can now feel our own energy thriving and throbbing in our own body, in our own physical space. And now we are more charged up to endure with our life force energy, with that energy that's animating us to move physically in our environment, physically in different experiences, that sort of thing. And so with that, I encourage you all, or us all, to really, tap into our energy today, allow ourselves to feel it throughout our whole body, see how we show up in our energy. For example, me as the red crystal dragon, how am I cooperating with myself? How am I cooperating with others? How am I nurturing myself? How am I nurturing others? That sort of thing. So whatever your kin is, look at how you are showing up in your energy, and also how you are engaging that to attune and align with others. And so with that, I love y'all. I appreciate you all. Thank you all for being tapped into me sharing my passion with you. And I want to close out by saying that I will have this posted on my YouTube, which is at Moon Goddess Ambrosia. I will have it posted on there at 10:10 a.m. So then you'll be able to watch the full recording of this video. And so with all of that, may that you receive some beautiful, beautiful and powerful downloads, insights, upgrades, all of those great things to stay focused on the mission, and so that you can fulfill your mission, your soul's mission. And so with that, I love y'all. And like cash out I can. May that you enjoy your creation in every single moment of now. Yeah, I love y'all. Stay peace. Ashe.